Hey guys, this is Unit 12, Additional Practice. Number 1, if a property generates an annual NOI of $86,500 and requires $45,865 for annual debt service, what is the cash flow to an investor seeking an annual cash-on-cash return of 8%? So we are looking at cash-on-cash return. This is our little circle that we have to help us figure out the problem. So our NOI is $86,500. Net operating income minus our debt, which is $45,865. If you subtract those, then that is $40,635. So your answer is B. Number 2, what cash flow would be required to deliver a 12.5 return to an investor who will need to invest $135,000 cash down payment, $13,500 in closing costs and other fees to acquire a particular property? Okay, so the original investment is $135,000 plus the $13,500 in closing costs. These are all costs. Says initial investment. When you add those together, you get $148,500. That was the acquisition cost. Okay. Said the cash flow would be required to deliver a 12.5 return. So if we multiply this by the required return, (12.5%) or 0.125, that is $18,562.50. Answer is C. And that would be the cash flow. Number 3. Using the table 12.1, what is the value of an income stream of $124,500 to be delivered on the 5th year of ownership to an investor seeking 8%? So let's just write down the information that we have. We know that the income stream is $124,500. That's the present value. We're looking for the 5th year and an 8% return. Okay, so let's looking for the 5th year, 8%. We're looking for the 5th year at 8%. So we're going to multiply. This gives us the rate. We're going to multiply that. This is actually not the present value. This is the future value. Multiply that by 0.6806. That will give us the present value. When we multiply that out, is $84,734.70. So the value of that income stream is A. Number 4. What cash-on-cash return is being delivered to an investor who pays $16,400 cash down payment plus $500 in attorney fees and $2,300 in other closing costs? The annual NOI is $26,824, which is reduced by $5,000 annual debt service. So we are looking for the cash on cash return. So we start by figuring out the total acquisition cost. $16,500 was the cash down payment, plus the $500 attorney fee, plus $2,300 in closing costs. You add those up, that is $19,200. That was the acquisition cost. So that gives the NOI, which is $68.24. Net operating income, and then we're going to take out the debt services, which is $5,000. And that is $18.24. This is your actual cash flow. So when we are looking for the cash on cash return, we're going to use this circle. We know the cash flow is $18.24, and we know the total cash in, how much it costs, the total acquisition cost. So in order to find the return, we have to divide those. So our cash flow is $1,824. We're going to divide that by $19,200. We divide that out. That is 0.095. or 9.5%. B. Go on to number 5. Number 5 says, at the end of 3 years, was the value of $16,800 invested in a certificate of deposit earning 10% interest compounded annually using table 12.1. So we know that we have 8 invested. And then 4 and 10%. So let's use that 10%. How many years did it say? At the end of 3 years. So we're looking for 3 years. 10%, 3 years. Divide that because we're looking for the future value. So this is the present value. We need to find how much it will be worth after those 3 years. So we're going to divide that by 0.7513. We got that from the chart. And when you divide that out, remember you should get a bigger number because of the compounded interest. It will be worth more in the future. $22,000.